We're on there, you jerks. We're on there, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the RGT Studio. I'm Ryan the Professional. Welcome. We are live, youtube.com. This is episode 31. We're here with Foxy Games UK, Craig Harris, and I don't know who the hell that is. Is that Carlos Menendez? We're here.
Who the hell are you? Hong Kong Fooey?
Button. We want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Definitely join the sun. Let's go.
That's racial. Who are you? Hong Kong Fooey? What the hell is racial? Racial.
Oh man, Lyle Ryan Professional.
You're gonna turn me snowflake up in here,
This is not Ryan. This is Lyle.
Goodness me.
Shout out to Bitwit, man.
I'm about to leave this mother. If I tell you. I don't need my laundry done, man. I come here to talk about games. I get my laundry done, bro.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Welcome to the RGT episode 31 with your host with the mostest, Ryan the Professional, and our good and easy but yet going panel members, Craig Harris and Sean Foxy Games UK. Man.
Hey, Craig, you might do me a favor. Mute your monitor.
Yeah,
mute your monitor. I hear echo. Thank you. All right, what is going on? What's going on?
There's a lot of people. I don't want to. Obviously, I am not the usher in here like it's a church. But let's try not to talk at the same time, man. It sounds really hectic.
Yeah, dude. What's going on here? All right, there we go. That sounds good. All right, what's going on? Let's go ahead and get into these topics. Let everybody. First of all, how's everybody doing? I'm
good, man. How's everybody in the panel? My brothers, sisters.
Good, man. Just dealing with those haters. Haters gonna hate.
You know how that goes, man. That's the same flow, slow mo, bro. You know how it go, man.
I feel like Dave Chappelle when he was in Africa.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Craig, sound check. How you doing, brother?
I'm okay. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you go. Now you sound perfect. See what I'm saying? See, make sure you hit the like button because we fixed the sound.
Yo, anything, man. Shout out to Bitwit with the
Yeah, shout out to Bitwit, even though that's my distant cousin. Shout out to Bitwit.
Oh no! Please don't do that voice no more. Please. Please, man. I used to date a Vietnamese girl, and she would not be happy with that.
Oh
Please.
God, I'm joking, guys. We're talking about Lyle here from Bitwit.
Don't start another war, y'all lost.
We're not gonna start no more racial wars, man. That's it.
Let's start, man. Let's start. We having fun with this one. We having fun. All right. So let's start with a good one right here. First news out here. Days Gone, ladies and gentlemen, has been pushed back to April. Who wants to go first?
Whoa. No intros. Welcome to the intros, bro.
Let me go back. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Foxy.
You better go back to being Chinese again. You were doing better when you were Chinese.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a very strange episode. Please bear in mind that this is gonna be a little bit comical, but a little bit chill and laid back. Man.
All right, man. We're professionals.
Let him do the intro. For God's sakes, let him do the intro. Wait.
Okay, can we start the intros now, please?
He's just gonna laugh in the background.
I'm wetting myself up in here, man.
Hey, well, hi, Ice Cream Gaming. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm trying to contain my laughter, but I can't, man. Yo, everybody, man, what's good? How y'all doing? Another episode. Can we get the intros in, please?
Oh,
go ahead, Carl. You go first. You go first. Go ahead.
Once again, man. Sorry for the inconvenience. This is your boy Type R87, aka Gamer of Choice, not by trend. And yeah, man, RGT episode 31. It's one for the night, ladies and gentlemen. You're in for a little bit of fun and a little bit of a conspicuous comedy.
Great character. You're up, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to be here and ready to rock out on these topics and get back to watching Daredevil on Netflix.
Okay. Foxy Games UK. What's up, Trey?
Wait. Before I say anything about me or whatever, Craig, did you say you're going to watch Daredevil on Netflix when you're done with this?
Yeah, I'm on episode 4 right now.
What are you watching it on your Xbox?
No, this through the TV.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now I did watch Ant-Man and the Wasp in 4K on the Xbox, so it wouldn't get lonely.
No,
I did that last night.
You know why I say that? Because I watch all of my streaming stuff on the Xbox because it's quieter. The PlayStation 4 Pro, you can hear it at night sometimes, you know. So I prefer to listen. The Xbox One S is like super quiet. So I always watch anything like DVD, Blu-ray movies, whatever. I always watch it on that. But anyway, I don't know why I'm even saying that. Yeah, what up? Foxy Games UK. Hey, chat, everyone in the panel. How you doing? You know, haters gonna hate. I just, I got a little story, real quick story. And I couldn't resist replying to this certain someone with far too much time on their hands, commenting on a video that I uploaded today titled More Evidence for a Sony PS5 early 2019 reveal. Go check that out. Plug. But anyway, so obviously this individual took objection to my speculative powers when he foolishly commented in the video, I'll remember you when PS5 doesn't reveal in 2019 and reveals in 2020. I didn't actually comment. I didn't, listen. Here's the thing. He says you'll remember me. All I can say to him is this. Since you're going to keep me in your head, you won't mind if I take a shit on your brain. Because when you got to go, you got to go. And I hope there's some scented ass wipes within that rather crudely shaped cranium of yours. Will you remember me? Will you remember me?
Yo,
Get out. You know what? Let me tell you something. See people like that? They're probably avoiding alimony and child support. They're like a mathematical square root to failure.
Oh, my God.
I'll kill you with words. Murder you with words. Don't mess with me. I can destroy people with verbally. By
the way, shout out to Titanfall Princess. She was going to be joining us, but
hey, what's up, Titanfall? I see you in the chat, girl.
Come on, baby girl. Wear that mask. Make sure you come. Oh, I love that mask, girl. Make sure you come on, wear that mask.
We love you, Nancy.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't say it's Halloween, but shit, y'all fucking.
She got swords and a mask.
Anything Halloween, man.
Listen, have you not seen her swords and mask? Trust me. That girl she powerful. She like Red Sonja.
Oh damn. You took it way back, man.
Let's get into this damn news before we lose our damn minds. Days Gone, ladies and gentlemen, has been delayed to April.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's been delayed to April, and the rumors about a PS5 dropping in 2019 is getting pretty hectic there. So, what you guys got to say?
I reckon this is going to be a culmination of all ass hats in the Twitter feed trying to make a damage control for Broken Down 3 again, because apparently every time Sony makes a nice announcement about something that they gotta fix, it's always comparable to that bullshit Down 3. But moving on from the skepticism of the whole analogy, I'm gonna say this, man. If the dev feels that he needs to improve on anything that might jeopardize the game's performance and has to take more attributed time, let them take the time. April 2019 is not that far off. It's only a couple of months that we're going to be into the new year. So it's really not a biggie. In comparison to Crackdown 3, however, that is a big long wait that we've been waiting for that game. So
you said big long.
So, the other shoe fits on the other size, but some people don't get that.
Okay, who next?
I guess I'll go because we don't want any awkward silences while Mr. Karate over there does his impressions. But let
me find out if I something that just kills the chat. Like I kill y'all inside where y'all can't talk. Can you find out?
No. Listen, I would say one thing I did find a bit annoying is the inconsistency in the game community. I've got to say this because some of my PlayStation brethrens and sisterins, some of them, not all of them, some of them, when anything negative happens on the Xbox, it's a tweet after a tweet after a retweet, and a whole sign goes up on all fucking highways around the world that the game has been delayed. Okay, right? And when PS4 has some form of delay or pushback, whatever happens, it's dead. It's like a funeral. It's dead quiet. I don't get it. Let's be consistent, like, you know. And someone said to me today in the chat, like, not in the chat, but in my video comment today, because I mentioned it in today's video as well, that I didn't like the hypocrisy. I mean, I didn't go too deeply into it. I just, in passing, I made a comment. I didn't like the hypocrisy. But someone had the goal to say, oh, but Xbox started it. I goes, aren't we a higher standard than Xbox? Are we just like them then?
Kindergarten, basically. They
aren't
did
we a higher standard?
Back.
Can we not, like, it's perpetual, bro. Someone's got to end this bullshit. Yeah. If you keep doing what they do, when will it end? I think they love it. I think they want to keep it on, keep it going, because some people don't have no excitement in their life. That's the excitement.
Well, if Lyle was here, he would say, nah, I ain't gonna do it. Anyway, it's a lot of drama, man. These people just want drama. That's all it is.
Oh, look, Days Gone is, if it makes the game awesome, great. But I don't mind waiting for awesomeness, but I don't like waiting for mediocrity. So it better be good after the delay.
That's crazy, though. Last time we saw it, they did already improve it. They fixed the frame rate last time in the new.
It's the PS4, bro. They got trouble with the standard. Yeah, the PS4 Pro is probably running it just at 30, just about at 30, because it's a quite ambitious looking game. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
right? There's a lot of weather effects. There's a lot of physics involved. There's a lot of tons of those creepers running around. You know, whatever they're called. What are they? I don't even know what they call them. They're zombies.
Yeah,
you know, I know this dev team doesn't like them to be called zombies, but hey, one zombie looks the same to me. Call me a racist, but one zombie looks just like any other zombie to me. So at the end of the day, you know, all zombies look the same to me. I don't care. But yeah, if they like my man said, Carlos the Jackal said, if it means the game's going to launch way better, man, what's 8 weeks?
Yeah, I agree. Horizon Zero Dawn was delayed for close to 6 months, or not longer, and Uncharted was delayed. Uncharted 4 was delayed. So what I was always told was take the release date and add 6 months. And
yeah, I did hear about that, Andre. Some people are stupid. They're comparing this whole delay to Crackdown 3. Now,
well, let them. I mean, eventually, Foxy Games is right. As long as you entertain them, they're going to keep coming around.
That's true.
It's like a Rolex watch, perpetual movement. You don't even hear the ticking; it just goes round and round and round.
I mean, that's very insightful. I like that. Very insightful.
Very insightful, man. You sound like Mike Tyson right now. What, you from Brooklyn?
Very insightful.
Yo. Hey, guys. You got to understand. This is you know the experts we're talking about. These guys don't know a lick of spit of how to throw a haymaker or a nice uppercut. All they come is with empty jabs. So every time I hear an expert talk about, you know, games delays and all this other non-stupid stuff, but it's just it doesn't make no sense to keep an argument or an open argument over something that's not going to change anything. The fact of the matter is, Crackdown 3 has been delayed way far longer than anticipated by most of everybody that's a fan of the game.
They announced it in 2014, if I remember correctly, if I recall.
And that's almost 5 years.
But we know what's going on with Crackdown. They could release it now if they want to. They could put it in early access and just stick it on Game Pass. No one's going to complain because it's part of the Game Pass, and say, oh, you know, they've been fixing Halo Master Chief Collection since it launched. So what's the difference with Crackdown?
I don't know, man.
Crackdown 3. They're holding back Crackdown 3 to show off the streaming, cloud-assisted streaming of the new Xbox. I guarantee
that implementation of cloud.
I guarantee the game is ready, bro. They're just holding it back. I feel like Sony might be doing the same thing with some of their titles as well. I don't buy that it clashes with these big games like Anthem.
Yeah, they have no problem with that.
Anthem is a new title that no one's ever heard of, so I don't know why they're worried about that game. It's not like it's established, right? What other game is coming up? What other game is coming up?
Metro.
Don't try to shit on my Metro, man. Because
let's be honest. Metro has never been. It's a great. I've got all the Metros and I love them. Right? Never finished them. I played a lot of them. Never finished them for some reason. I never felt compelled to finish them for some reason. But they have a following and they are classy games. But they've never been system sellers.
Yeah.
Well, but this was got a 4K.
You're never gonna see those games bundled with a console, right?
Nah,
unless it's Xbox and they got marketing deal, but you're not really gonna see it bundled as an exclusive. It's gonna be a third-party console bundle, right? Exclusive to Xbox. But Days Gone is an actual exclusive. There's a huge difference there. There's a lot more riding on Days Gone. Because when the exclusive gets criticized, it gets criticized far heavily than a third party does.
That's true. 9 out of 10 times, that's where these guys fail to understand that these third party developed games, they really sell more better on the PS4 than on the Xbox One. That's another thing that they fail to understand as well. We're not trying to bash Xbox for what they don't do. We're trying to give the limelight to what Xbox has been doing for the past couple of years so that you guys can understand where we're coming from.
Nah, he's bashing y'all. He's bashing.
Nah, there's
don't listen to him. He don't care about that GPU. He don't care about that.
We don't care about none of that other stuff. But for me, for example, I'm a multi-console owner. So I play on everything. Like I like to have my hands delved into every single game that is being bought exclusively to that console. And that's where my whole thing is at with this whole
Carlos, can I just advise you on something? I think your mic is being caught up on you or rubbing on your clothes because every time you talk, I can hear it moving like it's bouncing off something.
All right, now I'll move the mic.
Yeah, that's better.
That's much better.
So, like as I was stating before, I'm a multi-console owner, right? All consoles, and I enjoy all the exclusives for those consoles. Crackdown was one of those exclusives that you couldn't have on the PlayStation 3 because it was only exclusive to the Xbox 360 and so forth, right? Just the same way as Uncharted, just the same way as other titles that are exclusive to that platform. My whole thing is that when something such as a news of a delay for a game, especially an exclusive game, people go on the woodwork just to bash on something that doesn't make no sense at all. It really doesn't. So just pipe down, wait till April. Y'all wait till February whenever they decide to release Crackdown 3, and then we can talk about the games then. But right now, speculatively speaking, we don't have any more information for either or games. Like we don't have any, info or insight into the development of the games. What are the fixes? Or nothing like that. Once the games are released to the general public, then we can make an analogy and just go forth with the whole, this game is better than that one, blah, 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 blah. Because that's always going to be the pinnacle point of the discussion for every single exclusive. Going on forth.
Well said.
I don't care that it's delayed at all. I was like, well, there's a lot of games coming in February, and there's still DLC. I think the third Spider-Man DLC or the second DLC.
Wow, that mic! Somebody's mic is really making noise.
Carlos, watch your mic, man. You keep rubbing your mic on yourself, man. Damn.
Carlos, what kind of setup you got there? Are you using like one of these?
I guess the wires on the shirt.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm keeping it away from the shirt right now as we speak.
Yeah, because
clip.
It sounds like somebody's shoving you. It sounds like someone.
My bad. I just gotta get
somebody shoving.
You know that sound when someone pushes you.
You see you're there in the background and fighting. Oh yeah, no, exactly what you're talking about.
I thought you had an X spot in there, boy. Going to work.
This is what sucks. This is what sucks being at the job doing the stream, bro.
I'm glad it's delayed because I can buy that Metro. Metro's got a giant 4K rack, so that's it. I don't care about Anthem because that'll be on PC and that's gonna be trash because it's BioWare. They destroyed Mass Effect. It's BioWare EA. They made a terrible Mass Effect game. So
that's why I'm hesitant over Anthem, to be honest. And plus, Anthem looks like it's really dependent on being always online, and I just don't go for always online games anyway, just as a general rule. I'm so old school that I'm still fighting with a bayonet. I don't want a machine gun.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
But yeah, so I was buying Metro that day anyway, so that's fine. I'll be done with Metro by the time Days Gone comes out, and I have to watch people stream that because I'm zombied out. After Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 1, there is no more zombie game because that was the pinnacle of zombie games.
What are you saying? Last of Us Part 2 is not going to be the shiznit?
Well, I mean, that'll be all right, but there's more going on. But I agree.
Right. That's going to be all right.
Get them, Fog.
I mean, girls kissing girls, and people getting kidnapped.
No. You know the whole lesbian scene. Like, why are people dwelling on that? They're like,
I love that scene.
No, but I've seen some people really offended by it, and I'm like, I'm like, how does it affect your life? I mean, are you going to suddenly turn into a woman and start dating women? I mean, come on.
Look, I thought there was a little nipple. I thought I saw a little nipple on that screen, so I'm pretty sure I'm excited about it, man. I'm happy for that game.
Man, I love that. What's it all about?
Pure zombie game. Resident Evil 2 is the pinnacle. It ain't gonna get no better than that. Every zombie game since Resident Evil 2, I'm talking about back in the day, the one that came out there was the system seller. Every zombie game since then.
That's my favorite Resident Evil ever, too.
Yeah, and everything since then has gone downhill with zombie games. Now, The Last of Us adds, you add two wonderful characters. Gold, that was really good too. Yeah.
I remember rushing to the store to pick up Code Veronica for my Dreamcast way back.
I remember that one. Yeah, Code Veronica.
The day it released, I just couldn't wait because the graphics, because we were used to PlayStation 1 graphics, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we saw the Dreamcast version of a Resident Evil game, and it was like next level.
Yeah. What was the Resident Evil where that guy kept saying Ada, wait? That was that's hilarious. Ada, wait.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we need to stop meeting like this, Leon. Ada, come here.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 4, I never played 4, but 4 I hear is really, really good too.
What's the most iconic line?
Jacob, that's your neck there, Craig.
What's the most iconic line in any Resident Evil game? Let me see if anyone knows it. The most iconic, well-known line.
I know what it is. I don't think Fox knows what it is.
Yeah, I know what it is. Seems
Ashley. Like it's actually saying Leon.
No, you know what it is. It's Leon. No. Is that Chris's blood? That's the one. Barry from Resident Evil 1. He goes, Chris's blood.
Oh God.
The acting was so hammy. Oh my goodness.
It was horrible. What?
It's terrible. And you know what's sad? The movie didn't do any damn justice because the acting that shit was terrible too. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
true. Good point.
News for the day though. We do got the update for Spider-Man. New Game Plus is out.
Did it come out today? Cool.
Yeah, it's out today.
Downloaded that already, boy. I tweeted that out, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
After this podcast, well, technically, I won't even be able to play it as soon as this podcast is over because I'm going straight to the movie theater to go see Halloween. But
I'm gonna wait though. I'm waiting for the DLC. I don't want to play it without the DLC, the first DLC dropping. So I'll wait. I'm playing Assassin's Creed, the amazing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah. Amazing game. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care about microtransactions. I never once thought of them while I was playing it. In fact, I didn't even see it ask me to buy any microtransactions. I think you have to go to you have to look for that shit.
Yeah.
It
ain't like Rise Son of Rome when you first turn it on. It says, "Do you want to buy for this very short single player game?"
Yep. Yeah, you hadn't even entered the size to put the screen up. You're supposed to put the arrows to the side. They're trying to use you to buy shit on that game.
The first screen you see before you get to change your options is, we know this game's only 5 hours long, but maybe you want to cheat. Maybe you don't have 5 hours to spare in your entire life. So spend some money with us.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that option. You can buy a resource and all that shit. But you and what's the name kind of sold me on the game, so I'll definitely be picking it up.
It's a good game.
Dude, I know that the microtransactions thing is a point of contention. I know it is, right?
Yeah.
But trust me, once you start playing the game, it's like it doesn't exist. It seems like it only exists on the internet with people's constant moaning and complaining about it. Yeah. I don't agree with microtransactions. I'm not for them. I don't want them in my games. But the point is, in this particular game, they're just unobtrusive. You don't even notice. It's true what Jason Schreier said. Because I played it for so long and I didn't even realize I didn't even think about microtransactions. You don't think about it. The game gives you so much gear, epic, legendary gear, right? So much gear. You'd be a fool to spend money on weapons.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, it got some really good weapons. Put it like this: if you can't get the job done with what you're being given, you're garbage. You're an Xbox player.
And the
combat, you're garbage. You know,
the combat is a sweet middle road between God of War and Dark Souls.
Yeah,
lovely. Yeah. There's no block button. You can only parry, and it parries like you get that flash in front of you, like when Kratos uses his shield to block a heavy attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it reminds me of Skyrim as well. You know, when you're just going through all the landscape and forestry and all that. You know, away from the cities, you see a lot of wildlife running around, like deer and sheep and all types of pigs and bears. It's like kind of Skyrim in a way as well. Like got that wide open Skyrim feeling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just like the character. I mean, I'm using the male character, and he just seems like an oaf. Like, you know, it's just like a big
the best, bro. Her lines, I tried it with the guy first. Yeah, I normally always pick a woman anyway because I like to. Especially in third person, I don't want to see the back of a man. I don't want to stare at a man's ass while I'm playing a video game. You know what I mean? Always pick a female in third person viewpoints. For that reason, I'd rather see the female form if I'm going to spend 60 hours with the character. So here's the thing. She has much better delivery, much better acting.
Okay.
It seems like she delivered more emotion. Like she's more believable than the guy who's like a beefcake, you know. Yeah. And she seems like she makes the game feel a bit deeper, even though essentially the difference between them aesthetically is great because obviously female, male. But in terms of the overall plot, it might as well be the same character, but it's just her, the way she speaks and delivers her lines are much better than him.
Yeah.
Much better than him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to restart it with the girl then because I'm enjoying the game, but I just don't like him.
And the girl gets treated differently, I know, because I played as the guy for like 2 hours, and I know it's nearly not long enough because the game doesn't really start until you're 5 hours in. It's a proper RPG. This is like the Witcher 3 level of RPG. Like, I mean, stuff happens before then, exciting stuff, but you don't really get to feel like you're on this quest completely freely until like 5 hours in. It takes like 3.5 hours for even the titles to come up. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's just a proper RPG. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, like, I noticed that the crowd, the NPCs react differently to her being a female for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, she don't get special treatment. It's a different kind of nuance to the delivery.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else got anything else they want to add on to that?
No.
Oh, by the way, before we move on, if you love the movie 300 with Gerard Butler, the Spartan movie,
they got the inspiration.
This is clearly ripped right out of that movie. There's even scenes from the movie that they might have just been the scenes from the movie. They just put other characters' faces on the body. Seriously.
I saw Angry Joe's review and he actually did the damn scene, so it kind of makes sense.
It's just like I even watched 300 the other night. Because Assassin's Creed Odyssey is so good, it made me want to watch 300 again. And just after I watched 300, I felt like I was playing the movie. Even though I'm a female character in the game, like she's usually got a helmet on when it's third person anyway, so you don't really see that you only see from her wiggle when she's running that it's a female, right? And obviously the form. But because I always have a helmet on, because in the cutscenes the helmet is automatically removed. Thank goodness, so you get to see her face.
Okay.
Great game. I recommend the game. It's I think it's actually the best Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, it's like your review. You said Origins was better, and then you like retracted that like 5 seconds later. You was like, no.
Origins is better for the setting. I prefer Egypt.
Okay. Yeah.
But in terms of the story and the mechanics that have changed and the combat and even the cutscenes, like you get Witcher type cutscenes when you approach characters, all in real time. There's none of this distance shot of two people just standing there with the camera slightly hovering above their heads. No, you get a proper cinematic, and you get choices like kind of in Mass Effect, where you get 1 or 2 or 3 choices to answer the questions, or 4, sometimes 5. It's just like Witcher 3 in a way. It's like they copied Witcher 3, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So well done.
Which they said, and they said that's what they were aiming for. They said they were aiming for a game similar. Yeah, they got it. And I like the Assassin's Creed Origins more. I like the character more. Okay, I just like that character more. I mean, it was a cool ass character. I agree with you, Foxy. The Egyptian background, that setting felt more authentic. But this is a good game. Make no mistake about it. That's
I haven't come across any crocodiles yet, and I'm a bit surprised.
They're already hippos.
Couldn't they copy and paste them into the game and make the same engine? Just stick them in there by the riverside.
They don't
I miss my crocodiles, man. I spend so much time with crocodiles in Origins. I kind of miss them in Odyssey. Maybe they're in there, but I just haven't seen any. And I've been playing it for like 20 plus hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's fun. I've really enjoyed the game. You know, it's just so much to do. I mean, you'll go into a city, and then next thing you know, you got 50 NPCs asking you to do different things, and then it's a good game.
Yeah, but people say it's I heard reviewers say, right? Reviewers from reputable media outlets, let's say, not these last year channels. But a lot of them say that it's quite overwhelming. Well, only if you're not used to RPGs. If you're only used to the old, action adventure style of the Assassin's Creed games, I can understand that you might be overwhelmed, but I feel like it's easier. There's less going on than in The Witcher 3. Like, there's a lot more to the menus in Witcher 3 than there is in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Right. Okay.
I mean, based on everything that I've been hearing, what are your guys' professions? What do we do?
What do you mean?
What do we do?
About what?
About what?
We talk about games. That is our profession. We are the Spartans of the gaming community.
That's right. Absolutely. I'd rather be an Egyptian warrior, but I'll take Spartan.
Oh God! As long as we're not going against fucking 1 million Xbots, and there's only 300 of us. I
tell you what it is why I prefer the Egyptian setting over the Greek. The Greek feels too much like God of War to me. I've seen it already.
Oh God!
Like, it's so close to Norse mythology. You know what I'm saying? Very close to it. Like, even if the game was set in the Roman Empire, that's still too close to God of War, because it's the same gods like Jupiter and all that being worshipped. It's like very similar. You know what I'm saying? So at least Egypt was really refreshing, because I've never been to Egypt, and it was a free holiday for me while I played the game for 50 hours. So, I packed my suitcase. I was there for a while.
Okay.
And Origins is on sale. And for all you all, because you know me, I'm PO, can't afford the OR. So Origins is on sale. So if you haven't played it, go pick that SOB up. That's a good game too. But the actual density of this game is tremendous. And and there's a lot to do. So if you're an Assassin's Creed, I hear people say, well, it's not an Assassin's Creed game. I'm still rolling around assassinating people.
Who cares what they say, man? Listen, I don't play games for other people's opinion. My opinion on a game is all that counts, because I'm the one who's having the experience with it. Everyone's got their own perception, point of view, and preferences. Okay, like somebody in my video today, I said how, for me, the game is up there with Horizon Zero Dawn and The Witcher 3, because I'm getting the same vibes and addiction to it, and entertainment that I can't stop playing this. I'm thinking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey now. I can't wait for this podcast to finish so I can jump on it. But here's the thing, right?
Download New Games Plus.
For me, it's up there. It's up there with those games in terms of entertaining me and engaging me. And but other people are saying, "Oh, what's wrong with you? Are you dumb?" Like, just because it's not their point of view. Like, I would be dumb if I just agree with you. That would make me a sheep. I've got to have my own opinion. No, I don't ask people to agree with what I say. In fact, it doesn't matter whether you agree. The opinion remains the same.
That is also a great point. And at the end of the day, right, when you enjoy something out of your necessity, other people may not understand that. And that is where it is always crucial for you to embellish in your own thoughts than rather than others. Gamer by choice, not by trend. And I always say this it's for a reason. It's not because I want to say it. First of all, we're all gamers. We all enjoy all aspects of gaming, whether there be RPGs, first person shooters, um, racing games, hack and slash, platformers, esports, whatever type of niche of gaming that you like, it is to your own preference. Now, that other people might not agree with those preferences, that is they're entitled to that. But as long as you feel comfortable with yourself and comfortable with what your choice is, it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. And shout out to Foxy Games once again for making this great, great emphasis on what a gamer should really look into and not to actually copy what everybody else is doing or saying. Because there's a lot of different opinions about games, and some people rather, follow the trend. Oh, bash the game because it's pure ass. It doesn't play to my liking. Bro, if you don't try it the first time, you're not gonna know exactly what the experience is like. That's the same that it goes for Xbox games, for PlayStation games, Nintendo games, Atari games, any type of game that you play. That experience that you gain from playing it is actually the enjoyment that you get from it.
Yep. Do you know what? And people have a habit of just not paying attention to anything you say, which is why they shouldn't make themselves look stupid when they comment things like, "Oh, Jupiter is Roman god, not Greek." I actually said Jupiter like Roman gods. I said it, but people love. You know what? People just love you to correct you, or I don't know why people love correcting other people or wanting people to be wrong or relishing in it. I'm not saying this person is, but I do get the sense that people love you to fail and they love to call you out quickly.
Yep.
A lot of those gods intersect. A lot of the same Greek gods or the Egyptian gods. I mean, the Egypt society was first.
Exactly, but even so, I did say Jupiter like Roman gods. They're all the same.
Yes,
they're all the same.
They all share the same. They all share the same concept, man.
Yeah, people hear what they want to hear, though. It's like when I say something like something extremely clear, like is Sony PlayStation 5 going to be revealed in February at PlayStation meeting like they did with PS4? Maybe. I'll say maybe, not, oh, I'm confirming it, but someone will say in the comments, oh, when you're wrong, I'm gonna shoot you with an AR-15.
Whoa, that's a little.
I agree. People getting that's why I did my podcast on what I got from Lou Wafa, and people have asked me about it. Like, you just have to go listen to that podcast. I'm done talking about it.
People try to correct when you say his name. They say you're saying Blue Waffle, and I'm like, oh.
Well, they're just making light of it.
Blue Waffle.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The brain is a delicate thing. If you take too much into your brain, too much useless junk, being concerned over useless junk, like whether Jupiter is Greek god or Roman god, who gives a damn? You're still gonna have to pay bills. You're still gonna have to pay for your car note and your mortgage. Who gives a damn? Why do we care that much?
Yeah,
just let it go. Even if someone's wrong, why do you want to waste your finger energy typing? Are you just trying to prove that you know?
Mm-hmm.
You want everyone to know that you actually know that you are, that you are clever. Yep. I mean, why does it mean so much to you? Here's an answer, and I'm not talking about this person. I'm talking about in general. The answer is very clear. People got too much time on their hands, and there's nothing exciting happening for them.
Facts.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next topic. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 sets a new count record. They made 500 million in 3 days.
Wow. Not surprised.
Yeah. Now, if I remember correctly, I said what I said about the damn blackout mode. I said it doesn't really. I don't think that should be. The game shouldn't be $60 basically because they cut out the single player mode and all that shit. And all they really did was go the cheap route and just gave you a PUBG mode with all their basic stuff. But I mean, the game still has done ridiculously well. So, do y'all think this will become a trend now, where they'll actually stop putting single player in their games now from this point forward?
No.
I really think that they should not go to this route, because look at PUBG, for example. Look at the fan base. It has dwindled down just a little bit. You don't see people talking as much as they usually did when the game first initially released on the Xbox One X. You don't see as many people. Yeah, there are a lot of people that still play it online. That's never going to be, a doubt within that. But as far as actual info on it or anything, is very relevant right now. It's not really making any strides.
Yeah. I do think it might actually end that way. Speaking of Spartans, because we got that topic, shout out to Spartan God. There you go.
Yeah, it's like he knew when he made his name that Ubisoft were gonna make.
Please tell the panel to shout me out. There you go.
He's the real Nostradamus. Him. I'm not. I'm just guessing. Everything I say is a guess. Everything I do, everything I say, I'm actually, you know what? I don't have any sources whatsoever. Nobody's giving me inside information. All I do is I got a crystal ball where I look into the future for rumors that might come up, and then I'm sort of piece the dots together and then just come up with this nonsense about PS5. That's what I do. Oh, the game's up, man. I'm gonna have to shut my channel down. Boo-hoo.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. Last time I checked, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Even if you make a pre-stated analogy on something for the future, it is not a consequence of a fact.
Yeah.
That's what I take it upon. And everybody's viable to their own, their own vision.
Carlos, I agree, but I'm very clear in every video. I make it clear what is rumor and what has been told to me by my insiders.
Yeah,
I make it very clear, very clear. I tell you what is actual, and I tell you what is speculation. Let's get
into the news that pretty much broke the internet for a little bit, though. PSN messages that were bricking consoles. Now, the bricking part is actually not true. That's actually been confirmed, even though I put that in my video because that's what it said, bricking, but it turns out it's not true. So that's an update to that. Instead, it doesn't really brick your console. What it does is it puts your console in a loop. And the only way to get out of the loop is you have to turn it off and then rebuild the database and then delete the messages using the app on your phone. I know that's a kind of dumb, convoluted way of getting rid of it, but that's what the fuck was the fix for it. It was dumb. And to, stop it from happening, of course, you can turn your privacy on and have your messages set to friends only. So
it's amateur night at Sony, I'm afraid. How can they let a closed system? It's not an open platform where anyone can have a go on it and make their own crap and apps. It's a very closed system. Even Xbox, with its open system that anyone can release something on that system, right? You can make a game on that system right now. You don't need a publisher. You can upload it to Xbox and people can play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the Xbox doesn't have this foolishness. How can the PS4 be like a PC that all you have to do is go into your inbox, open a message, and you are screwed?
It's like, especially when it's from a random person. That's the weird part. It's like,
how does that
I'm
happen?
a big fan. Like, oh, thanks. What's this shit?
How does it happen? This is a closed environment.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck. It's
how can anyone create such a virus?
It's compromise, man.
It gets even weirder though. The new update that they forced everybody to do, by the way, the update 6.02. Now it is stability update. That's pretty much what it is, stability. And supposedly that was going to be the fix for this, but has not fixed anything. Apparently, that's what people are saying. It's not fixing.
Well, it hasn't fixed the issue.
I don't think it's fixing the issue because people are reporting errors. Yeah, people are still reporting errors.
Maybe they haven't deleted the message. If it's still there, it's still going to cause a problem. You should delete the message on the PlayStation app, right? On your phone. Delete it from there. Then set your system to safe mode, right? By holding down the button till you hear 2 beeps and let it go quickly after the second beep, right? Like turn off your PS4 first, then turn it on by holding your hand on the button. Listen for a beep, and then the second beep, you instantly take your thumb off of that button, right? Then you enter safe mode. You go to option 5, and it rebuilds the database or whatever it does, right?
Yep.
And that's it. It's gone. Problem gone. But if you don't delete the message, I mean, doing safe mode does not delete the message. Sony's update does not delete messages for you.
I mean, that's the price to pay when you have to, fix up on parameters within the system, and that's what people will need to understand.
Well, it's no excuse, but I'm set to private, so it's gonna be hard to screw me over.
Yeah. Okay. So the patch did get rid of the issue. The patch weighed in at 447 megabits, so it got rid of the issue, but it's caused a few errors for some people, though.
It always does, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It always does. For out of 1 million consoles, you're gonna get 1,000 people crying through the hills that something went wrong.
And mine is I never had any issues, but then again,
I might talk to Craig though, because Craig talking about the superior console.
Yeah, I'm on a superior console, and I played that Black Ops, and I came in 10th place out of 100. So that game is sorry because I didn't even shoot nobody. I just ran around in a circle. This is stupid.
You run around like you was a glitch.
You walked around collecting guns where everybody killed each other.
I was jumping in the water. People were getting. I was screaming like you don't understand.
Great. When you was running around, they must have thought you was a glitched NPC character, so they didn't bother.
But they kept saying I don't understand the concept of the game, and I'm like, it said to survive. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing.
No story. You know what? No story, no glory. I keep my money.
They broke the game for me when they showed up. There's the damn ray gun. For those of you that don't know, in the blackout mode, there's the ray guns in the fucking game.
Yeah, they did.
Ready to bring out the salt buckets for these salty players, because you know what? That ray gun is so goddamn OP, man. You don't have a lot of people crying. Why would you?
But the game is dumb. You just run around. You just run. I mean, this game came out in 1997 on PC. It was called Ghost Recon. You just ran around in the field and you were trying to shoot people. And these people act like this is something new. I literally I jumped in the water, just like, well, I wonder how long I can hold my breath. I was just down there doing that, and I just kept jumping back and forth in the water. And then they said that the circle would get smaller, and all you have to do is stay at the edge of the circle, and everybody else is killing each other. I mean, that's how that
works. I can't get with it, man. I'm not Usher. Can you get with it?
This is the fun part about battle royale games. This is the fun part about battle royale games, and a lot of people think that we bash these games because we suck at it. No, there's no point into the games whatsoever. You gotta survive. Yes, even people. I know people that just stay in the game within like fucking 5 minutes.
You know, it's funny. Back when I played that damn game, like it was a fucking religion or some shit like that, I always got hit with that same fucking issue. Like when they go, "Oh, you suck at the game because you're talking about." I'm like, motherfucker, didn't you play the game with me last week?
Yeah,
man, I'm skipping Battlefield. I'm skipping the new card. I don't give a shit about those.
And I'm gonna go on a limb and say this: just because you pull up clips of you killing and doing quad kills in a game in a 1 minute second clip doesn't equate to your kill to death ratio. So if you're trying to say that you're nasty at Call of Duty, no, go back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Go back to the old school Call of Duties, and let's talk about that kill to death ratio. Baron.
But this is the best game. This is the 60 frames per second, and it is very stable on the PlayStation.
Don't do split screen though, bro.
Craig,
well, you figure split screen is gonna be
Craig, it can't be more stable. Craig, it can't be more stable. It can't be more stable than me leaving it on the retail shelf.
Well, that's pretty stable too, unless it gets knocked over. I agree with that. Yeah,
it's so stable. I leave it in the shop. I won't even buy it. Stay in there stable.
That's pretty stable, yeah.
As far as for me though, man, I'm getting Battlefield 5, man. I'm
getting Battlefield 2. I'm getting 2 copies, one on the Xbox and then one on the Superior.
I need my single player, man.
I'll buy them. You know when I buy them like how I buy Star Wars Battlefront 2. I wait until it's so cheap. Dude, I paid £15.99. That's like a couple Happy Meals where I'm from, boy.
Yeah. You paid a little. That's much right there, because I can get it at a pawn shop right now. Battlefront 2 for like $5.
Dude, I spent more on my lunch. Dude, I spent more in my lunch break than that game. And people who rushed out and bought it. People who spent 100, people who spent 100 plus on it, right? For all the extras and the season pass. And there's me. I just roll up a year later and pick it up for $15.99.
Bro, I'd rather save my money.
I just don't waste my money on trash. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'd rather spend my money on something that's worth it than to just be bored after a couple of months. Because at the end of the day, we'll give this like I'll give it till mid-December, and we're gonna see where it actually lands at, and how many people are actually gonna be playing the game when these actual other exclusives that are coming out damn near to the end of this year, and we're gonna see exactly what we're talking about. It's good for the moment, not good for the long run.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, somebody said, shout out to Game of Gods 100. He said it depends on how I play it. It says if I kill a few guys, I may feel differently. But the goal is to survive, not to kill. Your goal is to survive. And I survived. I'm the number 10 player in that game.
Craig, now go survive. I know you're playing Black Ops. You're gonna survive. I got all my life to live.
I know.
I got all my joy to give. I will survive. Hey.
And I had like an M60, and I had something else called a AK-47. I did nothing with it except run around because there was it was dumb. I mean, it's just kind of like this game took 8 hours to load, and I'm running around in a circle, jumping in the water.
By the time I pick up Black Ops, not Black Ops, by the time I pick up Battlefield 5, it's gonna be like £10, $9.99.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It'll probably be on like you know how PlayStation and Xbox, they'll have those Black Friday sales. So they'll probably all go on sale. Tomb Raider's on sale now. People are ripping on that. And that's a good game.
That's the crazy part. It hasn't been out for long, and it's already 70% off.
That's great. Yeah. That's great for me. That's great for a man like
yeah, it's great for you. Want to play?
That's great for me and Foxy because we got bills to pay. So
that's right.
Perfectly right into that little.
Funny though, they did this because remember they got 7 planned DLCs for the game in the future. So I don't.
I don't know about those DLCs, but you know,
I guess it is time to get it now.
They might be walking that back down to 3.
Yeah,
3. Wait, is there a season pass for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to commit to that 7.
Oh man,
that's horrible. No. You know what they'll do? They'll release a 7 and make their money back by doing a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, more than likely.
That's how they did it with the PlayStation 4. So, yep.
Yeah.
They did it with Horizon Zero Dawn as well. Horizon Zero Dawn got a complete edition.
Yeah. Beautiful game.
Mind you, that sold very well anyway, so they didn't even need to do that.
Yeah, but that game, I tell people, look, graphically, that's the best looking game, arguably, on console ever made. Arguably.
It's better looking the greatest hits collection thing like they did for PS2. You remember with the red case?
Yeah, that's out. Yeah, but the thing is, Horizon Zero Dawn looks better than something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But when I say they're up there together, I talk about the scope. Like you look far out into the distance, and
there's so much going on.
It's more the scope. Like I'm not saying the character models. I'm not talking about textures. I'm talking about the scope of the game.
Yeah,
visually, they're both very similar in scope. Like you can see far ahead in Horizon Zero Dawn, and you can see far ahead in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. I urge people. There's a YouTube video by Gorilla. It's a documentary on how they made that game. It's about an hour long. I urge everybody just to watch that. It's amazing how they do that kind of stuff.
Do you know it's streamed in? You know that, innit? You know the graphics in Horizon Zero Dawn. You know all that grass that's all streamed in. You know.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all streamed in. That's not held. That's not completely held in memory. They got a great engine with Decima that even you're going to notice it with Death Stranding that the draw distances seem to go on forever. Not to say that popping will be totally eliminated. It won't be because obviously you're working with still a finite amount of RAM for what they're trying to achieve, right? But compared to other games, like the draw distances are phenomenal because they stream all the way out into the distance. It's like something else going on in the background with the engine. It's not all, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like Grand Theft Auto 5, how they stream their engine. It's very different. They're using a different type of technology.
Yeah.
That's Rage. That's they call Rage. Don't they? That's a RockStar. Something. It's a physics engine they use. It's a good engine too. But
Red Dead, boy. Red Dead next week, boy. Red Dead 2. Oh yeah. I need to hurry up and finish Odyssey.
Yeah, well, there's a YouTuber that's playing it over the weekend. He hopefully this game's not downgraded like he said Spider-Man was. So maybe we'll find out what he thinks about it here in the next 72 hours. But I'm not buying it. But I hope somebody streams it.
I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to hear from him. I'm going on a blackout.
No, but if somebody can stream it, I'll watch it. I can't ride a horse.
I want a fresh experience. I'm gonna go on a media blackout for that game because it's Rockstar. It can't be, even if it's not better than the first Red Dead, it's still gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
Since we're on the Red Dead topic, let's talk about this fake outrage about them working overtime. Overtime.
I didn't even pay attention to that. I didn't even tweet about that. I thought if Rockstar themselves are telling you, about 100-hour weeks, then obviously there's nothing to hide if they've actually tweeted it out. So there's nothing nefarious going on. That's why I didn't respond. Companies don't normally tweet that out if they're treating their employees badly.
Mm-hmm. The source behind this whole fucking garbage, it started on Twitter with Dreamcast guy. He's sitting there going, "Oh my god, these guys are so great. They're forcing them to work and not being able to see their families." I'm like, what? And then of course the sheep followed suit and they just started making a big deal out of this.
He's turned clickbait. I used to really like his stuff, but recently, I think the more subs he's got, the more clickbait he's become.
Exactly.
Because he used to be, his titles now are just so controversial, like they're designed for you to be outraged before you even watch the video. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They're very close to that crap gamer with his Megaton news, bad news. And that you know that chimp, what's his name? Chimp Chong. You know that Chimp Chong from Australia, that guy. He's got amazing news for Sony fans, bad news for Xbox, great news for PS4, bad news for Xbox One. That's all you see in his titles. I'm thinking, how more clickbait can you get?
Like,
and on top of that,
with these damn titles, motherfuckers go game changer. Oh, this changes everything. I'm like, don't
you know what's so funny? You want to hear something so funny though?
With this fucking title,
you want to hear something so funny though? Like, and then you got certain people that are trying to defend the situation for those who are earning their money and earning their keep.
Yeah,
like let's make this point very clear. Like, I am a person that works 40 hours a week, right? I get my weekends off.
You can't work at Rockstar then.
Right? Whenever I have to do overtime, I do overtime. The fact that these developers are actually working 100 hours a week, it is their choice to do those 100 hours. It is their choice and solely their choice to even say, okay, I can participate. Because I'm pretty sure Rockstars themselves, they do what most companies do. They get a set amount of employees that'll do those 100 hours for that week, right? Have that set of people that work that 100 hours of that week, take the next week for a regular payday, regular pay week, and have the second hand of those other employees do the 100 hours again. So it's not like they're crucifying them to actually do these hours. Like, come on.
Yeah, let me say this real quick. If you are salary, that's what you do. A friend of mine's an engineer. He works for Toyota, and he goes in at 8 o'clock. And there are days he gets out of there at 5, but there are some days he's not leaving till 10 o'clock. I mean, when you are salary,
that's his choice, though. Because remember, we're talking about America, land of the free. There is employment law in America. I lived there 8 years. So I work in litigation. I've dealt with employment law, right? Even in the States, because I've got a legal background. And here's the thing. In the States and in the UK, employment law is pretty similar, meaning that you can't be treated like you're in a sweatshop. This is not like India, China, parts of the third world country. This is a place where you can sue the hell out of your boss and win.
That's
So
crazy.
if you're doing 100 hours, it's not the whole group collectively doing 100 hours. It's individuals who are choosing to do 100 hours, maybe for a bonus or a week off. Next week, they might get a whole week off.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
never understood that bullshit though, because like people will talk about, especially those who work minimum wage, who work like 2 jobs and have kids and all that shit, and they put in a lot of hours like that. You notice how they get the short end of the stick. Like nobody like bats an eyelash towards them. But hey, it's a game developer. They want to put 100 hours to a fucking game so that you get the best experience.
Yeah. What's so funny though?
I'm pretty sure RockStar are not hiring illegals either. So you can't force people to work under the cosh. You can only do that to illegals because they're scared that you're going to inform them that they're in the country and get them kicked out. But you can't do that to citizens because there's an employment law that's protecting them.
Exactly.
That and also, if you notice that if you guys want to argue about something that makes a whole lot of sense, talk about the injustices that are done to these children in general, especially in places like China, how they put them to work in these sweatshops. Talk about that. Make that an emphasis.
Let's talk about your Nike. Let's talk about your Nikes that you pay 100.
Let's talk about the Nike. That's too expensive. See, that's how.
No. But the thing is, people are paying $100+ for their Nikes, right?
They do.
You know how much they cost to make them? It's not even $20 to put it together.
Yep, and exactly $5 just to put those sneakers together.
Right, and some kid in there, some kid or older person is in there getting the equivalent of like $1 an hour. So, do you know what I'm saying?
If you want to be socially, a social justice warrior, do it for the right cause, not for the
you can't pick your injustices. Either you're for all of injustice against the injustice, or not. You can't say, I like my Nikes though, so I'll keep quiet about the injustice going on in those sweat factories. And even Microsoft and Sony with their what's that place called where they assemble the what's that company called that Sony and Microsoft use to assemble their consoles? Foxconn, is it Foxconn?
Yeah.
Right. Them people are always complaining in that organization, employees. but guess what? Gamers don't pay no mind because they're enjoying the fruits of that blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, you're enjoying it, but you want to pick your injustices. You can't, I'm afraid. Either you're against all injustice or you don't give a damn. But don't be a hypocrite. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a right to earn a wage, and everybody has a right to pursue for higher wages. Don't just say that just because one person is having a bad week that the other person is not. You have people that work long hours, even more than 100 hours. Bro, this year alone, me, myself, I haven't taken I took like 2 days off from my job. But other than that, as far as me like saying,
2 days over how long though?
For a whole year.
Slave.
And I'm not complaining. Like I'm getting paid for what I signed up for.
Hell no. I take more than my holiday allowance. More. They say to me, you can have 25 days a year. I take 35
days off, bro. So that means I can't work for RockStar.
I'll take 35 days, yeah. I'll take 35 days.
RockStar will love the shit out of me because I will be the one least complaining. Shit, I'll be there the whole damn year without taking 1 day off.
Do you know what I find disappointing though? Do you know what I find really disappointing about humanity? Real quick.
Yeah.
That when these outrages happen, usually started off by a channel like someone mentioned Dreamcast guy or another channel, right?
Yeah, Dreamcast, yeah.
See how much people flock to it though, like moths to a flame. It's almost like they're all sheep. Like you look down, it's like hold on. It's like I feel. I'm not saying this from a narcissistic point of view.
Right.
But sometimes I feel like when I'm on Twitter, just not even typing, I'm just viewing Twitter. I see all these people talking about the same bullshit, right? And sometimes I feel like God sitting up on top of a cloud, looking down on the ants, thinking, "My goodness, look at these people. Look at this creation. Look at this creation. Look at them." Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I feel like God. I'm saying like I can imagine God sitting on top of a cloud, right? The man in the sky, whatever you believe in, right? the divine creator, looking down on this sorry ass earthlings, yeah, so busy, occupied with the lives of celebrities, who's divorcing who slept with who shot who, Chirac, this and all that. There's so much bullshit that's going on. People chiming in on it, like they're so invested, like they're living that life. When they're living in their little cozy existence, nowhere near all these murders that occur in Chicago, nowhere near all the brutality and rape that occurs with women in these third world countries and in Western countries, right? But they want to chime in on it and be a social commentator, like they've got experience. Listen, all they're doing is getting attention off of other people's misery.
That too, man. And yo, it'll take a mile for everyone to walk in each one's shoes. And that is the reasons why, if you really want to be pro-positive about a movement, you can't just be pro-positive for just one thing. Like how Sean said it already. You gotta be more inept into everything that's going on. Don't just say, oh, because they're doing this. No. Listen, I know that this person was good, RD Matador. You gotta get at everyone. Everyone that's doing something wrong, you have to point them out. If such company does this bad practice, then all other companies are doing the same.
In that instance, it's lovely to see people like calling out terrible practices together. That's a good example of people coming together. But when it's over crap, like bullshit,
it just makes no sense, bro.
Like, I'm thinking, how much time do you lot have on your hands? Like, life is short, man. You're gonna die soon, and you're gonna get to an old age and look back and what did I do with my life? I did nothing. You're gonna be so full of regret that all you did is sit on social media and and live your life out in a virtual world. Because really, everyone is given the right to express their opinion on the social platform, but that doesn't mean people give a damn about your opinion.
That's true.
Yo, and that is so fucking true, man. Like a lot of these guys that go on Twitter thinking that you're gonna make a positive effect on just being negative about something, it really doesn't help the situation. You're just contributing or attributing to that incentive to get people to get more riled up. The best thing that you can do is just go to your local political party or whoever represents whatever county you live in here in the States or in any part of the world. Go talk to that representative. Tell them about the bad practices that are going on with these companies. Tell them about the things that are going wrong with the community. Show them that you
or vote me in as your president. I'll remove Trump and everyone's lives will be better. I'll probably be assassinated within 12 hours of being sworn in. But for that 12 hours, but listen. For that 12 hours, you could have the greatest life you ever had.
Dog, the moment you ever became my damn president, I will literally talk like fucking loud for the rest of my fucking time.
People would love me. Do you know why? Because I'm for people. I'm for people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm for
bullshit about bullshit. Foxy Game 2K is the president of the United States of America. This is not fucking cool.
Yep.
I would even if I could be president, I wouldn't even want to be prime minister of this country because I don't want to be involved in politics at that level because there's always a danger that you succumb to the evil within that because that's the devil's playground, isn't it? Like the metaphorical devil, it's law, which I'm involved in, but not deeply involved in. And then there's also, the devil's playground is law, religion, all that stuff, Anywhere where there's power, I put like power. Do you know what I'm saying? Politics, all of that stuff.
I can already see you.
I wouldn't want to do it because I'd be killed instantly. But the thing is, I think I would be nice though to people. People would be happy,
right?
Because I understand that it's all about like making people feel like there's cohesion and not dis-ease. You know what I'm saying? Because at the moment, where everyone lives in a state of fear, we're being trained not to trust each other. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Men and women are being trained to hate each other. You see all this movements going on both sides. There were good and bad people on both sides. But listen,
that video that went viral.
I'm not against the Me Too. I'm not against the Me Too movement. I think something needs to be done about the injustices there. But don't let it divide men and women, because when you do that, when you put a wedge between man and woman, that's the end of life.
Facts.
That is solely the purpose that everything right here in the States is going so wrong for so many different things. And there are a lot of those people that still think that the conservatives and the Republicans are actually making a strive for betterment, when in reality they're just making a division of people. They're making people feel animosity towards one another. Shit, even here in New York City, you could see certain things that are going on. Like not too long ago, I think a couple of nights ago on the news, there was a group of radical Republicans that beat up on a few people here in downtown Manhattan. And quite frankly, bro, like this whole I'm better than you because I represent this type of pride, that shit has to stop, man. Y'all people gotta understand. We're on this planet. We're on this planet for a reason, not for the demise of it.
Do you know the first thing I do? The first thing I do if I was in power in any country, let alone America or the UK, I would ensure that there's a family. I don't like the word minority, because when you look at the world, people of color are definitely not the minority.
Exactly.
But within countries, they are the minority because they've been made the minority. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'd make sure every person of color lives in between a white person all over the country. Red state, blue state, south, east, northwest. You know why? I will kill racism, because damn it, you're going to live together whether you like it or not. Or you're going to have to leave this country, because nowhere on this gorgeous, beautiful land of the UK or America can you go where you won't find a black person. You're going to have to live next door to one. Not just black, Asians as well, all people of color, Latino, you know, all of them. I'm going to put them in between a white person, then another one, then a white person, then another one, so that you got, you know, because if people, I'm not saying you got to force people to get along, but the way it's working now is people are being put in areas and clumped together away from luxury areas of high value. They're being put in dumps, like certain dumps, like, you know, projects and all that. They're all stuffed there to kill each other for a reason. There's a reason why you put, listen, there's a concept called the crab concept. Let me say this real quick. If you get a group of crabs, right, and you stick them in the same bucket, they're all going to kill each other to try and get out. That's called the projects, yeah? But if you put crabs and give them a lovely open space to play in, none of them kill each other and they all get along happily ever after.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is the sad part about this whole situation, man. And a lot of people here in the United States, they don't wake up to the bigger picture. They just want to be in their own little bubble, or their own little, I'm just because I live in Iowa or in the red state, I'm good. No, you're not good, man, because you have a lot of people that go or immigrate to Iowa from other states to live there as well.
And racism is a mental illness. It needs to be recognized as a mental illness, because at the end of the day, human beings are human beings. When I go to places where they ask me to fill a form out to say where I'm from, like what my ethnicity is, am I black, am I white, am I Irish, am I mixed, am I other? I put down under other, I write down human. Because that's what counts at the end of the day. My experience is not that of a brown man. My experience is that of a human being.
Yep.
Do you understand? That's my experience. I don't walk around thinking I'm a black man or a brown man or a mixed race man. I walk around just thinking I'm a man, because that's what I am.
I mean, a lot of people fail to acknowledge that they're humans first, but they rather see the contents of skin, hair color, and eye color. And that's where this whole shit has to stop. Like, everybody has to wake up, see the bigger picture, see exactly what the hell is going on. And if you see some injustices being done to another person of color, and you feel that you need to speak up, even if you're Caucasian, speak up on it. Don't feel that you're betraying your kind because you're helping out another person from another race or religion. Because at the end of the day, that person is a human being. That human being has feelings. That human being has thoughts. That human being has family too, that they want to take care of and fight for their family as well. But by you repressing yourself and saying that, it's not my type of fight, no, you're actually contributing more into the negativity of that fight.
Yep.
And you know what? You know what? Another thing, right? Let's not move this too far away from gaming. So I'll just
Yeah.
this will be the last thing I say on the subject. But you know, the racism is stupid because I had this conversation with a guy the other day, right? A guy who's my tone in complexion, right? And I said to him, you know, which people do you think are more racist, black people or white people? And he said, I think white people are. I goes, I don't think so. I think black people are more racist because they hate each other.
Mm.
I find that black people actually hate, not all black people, but there's too many that hate each other. They've got that colonialism still in their mind where they are pitted against each other. You know, the whole slavery thing where blacks were made to fight each other and stuff, right? For entertainment. And the light-skinned ones,
sad, man.
The light-skinned ones were the house slaves and the dark ones were in the sun all day because they worked in the fields, right? So there was this animosity between black people way back then that started then, and it still exists today. You get black people talking about who's darker and who's lighter and whose lips are bigger and whose nose. I look at them and think, all the while you're looking at yourselves like that, and you got Kim Kardashian trying to look like you.
My point exactly, man. Like, everybody has to wake up, man. Wake the fuck up. See your surroundings. Look at your neighborhoods, man. Help one another, man. If you see somebody that's in need, a person that's living on the street, a fucking veteran, a war veteran, bro, because there's a lot of war veterans here in New York City that live in the streets. You know what I do? I even if I have 50 cents in my pocket, I'll give them 50 cents. Even if I have some kind of fucking food, I will go and give that person, here, take this food, because I know the struggle. I have lived through struggle as well. I lived in the part of New York City where we're statistically put to be failures. I am from the Bronx. I am not a failure, bro. I struggle.
You're
but I strive forever.
You're a goddamn failure. You better recognize.
Yeah, we're gonna change the subject because you're killing the vibe.
Nah, man. Nah, man. It's just
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking, man. I'd never call you.
But anyways, man, let's keep on talking on these topics in gaming.
Kill the topic. Make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, man. Give us that good old support, man.
You know what you get with Fox, right? And I hate to talk in the third person, but for that reason, it was a necessity. What you get with someone like me is I like to mix a bit of life and gaming together, because at the end of the day, we're all gamers, but we're also all alive and dealing with things, you know, that can interfere with our gaming.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
All right. Let's bring this to the gaming. So, Nintendo, I don't know if Fox, you heard about this. Nintendo got called out by some Chinese phone companies.
Hawaii!
That's another stupid.
Now, this right here, this whole argument that they're making about the Switch. Now, I will admit that this new device that they got coming out is basically, now, since we're heading down this direction of the cloud, right? And the cloud's going to be a big thing with gaming, with cloud streaming. They're coming out with beefier phones that can do gaming and everything of that nature. This new phone, you know, is actually a few phones on here, but one of which is the one they're talking about. This phone can do 1080p on all its games. It has a longer battery life, for one, has a bigger screen, it has a 7.2-inch screen, whereas the Switch has a 6.2. Again, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. It even has a little it looks like I forgot what it's called. What's that shit called? It's actually in here, but it's actually a little adapter, or actually no, not even an adapter. It's basically a little can unite the Joy-Cons you slide on. Well, you open this up and you put the phone in there, and it actually looks like the Joy-Cons are on the side. So you have.
But here's the question.
Does that mean?
That's wonderful that phone can really outdo the Switch and all that. Like, that doesn't upset me in any way because I love technology improving. But here's the thing. How much does this damn thing cost offline?
I was ready to get to that. Now, with the jump over this, right, and everything they're doing, the big deal they're making of this, especially with the Razer phone, which is at $800, by the way, this new Razer phone, which has the exact same style as the Switch in terms of you sliding on the little Joy-Con like things on the side. This new phone, which is the Mate 20X or the Matty 20X, whatever it's called, this phone is $1,000.
Oh.
Now, right
it
there, they killed their argument right there.
It should be more powerful than the PS5, then, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. For $1,000, this is what you're getting, and this is their big argument towards Nintendo. They're like literally coming after Nintendo with this shit.
This is ridiculous.
Listen, even for $1,000
the Switch is a third of the price. How can
I know? And that's why I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. It's like
how can it compete?
Retarded.
How can that compete? Like how can you take something that doesn't even cost like $299 to even produce? It's probably costing Nintendo like maybe $250 or $220, and the rest is all profit for them.
That's what I'm thinking. They're just probably doing this because they heard about the hardware like limitations, and that's probably what their big thing is.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on that.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, though. I mean, it's $1,000 phone, and obviously, yeah, we are going in this direction of streaming games. But come on, man. I mean, it's a fucking.
Well, look, they're trying. Look, it's their job. It's their job to sell it, though, isn't it? So
yeah, but damn, they're like really throwing shade at Nintendo with this shit, though.
Bro, are they trying to do another Apple conglomerate takeover? Because
you might as well throw that in the mix since Google's getting in the fight too. So I would not be surprised.
Well, look, if you're an idiot to take that phone out on a contract, and pay the $40, $50, $60 it's going to cost you a month for 24 months to have $1,000 phone that outperforms the Switch, you may as well do the lease of an Xbox One X, and that's even more powerful than your damn phone. So if you're going to pay on the drip, you might as well do it through the Xbox One X, because they're offering you $34.99 for the console. So why are you going to waste it on a phone? Like, I mean, who wants to play games on a phone anyway? Like proper console level games on a phone. Yeah, it's all right to play all those little snatch and grab games, you know, nickel and dimer games, that small little bursts of games. But would you really want to play like a whole Assassin's Creed game,
might do
Horizon Zero Dawn on a phone? Would you really want to do that?
Yep, I might. Yeah, dudes probably will cling on to it later, Don. Hey, stopping by. But yeah, a lot of people might cling on to them, but at the same time, you know, I don't really see it. I think it's this whole streaming shit. It's the craze. They're jumping with the craze of the streaming of games, basically, with this whole thing. And for $1,000 phone, Lord,
they should be competing. They should be competing with Apple, not Nintendo. I mean, come on. The Switch doesn't even have built-in. The Switch doesn't even have built-in voice chat, let alone phone calls. So I don't know why they're competing with it.
I don't understand why they even did it at all. And one thing is for certain, dude, like, out of all fucking platforms to even call out, you call up the Switch, which has games regardless. Like, has ridiculous. As the Marios, by default, Mario will sell this damn thing. They don't have nothing like that on the fucking phone.
Listen, the only way I'd play on a cell phone is if I can pair up a controller to it and I can plug in a HDMI and it displays on my TV 4K. If they can get a phone to do that and all the games come out that I can play on a controller with exclusives, I'll play my games on a phone. Until that day, goodbye.
Yep.
Yeah, this is just an overpriced Asus, an overpriced Razer phone in my perspective. Like, I wouldn't even consider paying. Bro, I'll think about it 300 times before. And even if they drop the price down to $500, I'm still not gonna buy the phone. That shit better be $200, $300, and we're calling it a day, because it makes no sense. And yes, it has, you know, capabilities that far exceed what the Switch can do. But what's the whole purpose of making a phone that's overpriced and you already know that you're not gonna sell it? I see this phone as a failure.
Yeah. You know, Microsoft might sign a deal with them or something like that, showcase it with the xCloud.
Oh yeah, with the xCloud technology.
They're gonna do too. They might do some shit like that with Microsoft. Google might sign a deal with them too, showcase it. So it's possibilities for them.
So what about the headline on your video on this actual podcast? PS5 and Xbox Scarlett.
I was gonna say that for last. You really want to get into that now?
No, the reason why I'm asking is because we're 35 minutes away from 2 hours.
Well, let me speed it up then. Y'all went extra earlier.
And plus it's like 11:30 nearly in the UK. It's gonna be 12 midnight soon, man. I want to play some games before I die.
All right. Keep your socks on. Keep your socks on. So there's rumors going around that Microsoft is set to acquire Obsidian.
Bullshit.
Now, Obsidian came out 2 days ago saying that they're very doubtful that they will make another Fallout game. That's what they said. But this information right here came out a little earlier beforehand. So do y'all think there's any weight to this at all, as Microsoft will buy this?
Even if they do buy them, I mean, they're going to make games for the PC for Microsoft anyway. It's not going to benefit Xbox.
You don't think so? You think they're only going to make Xbox exclusives?
Nah, I think they're going to. Microsoft. I think if Microsoft have purchased or are purchasing Obsidian, they're doing it to bolster their PC lineup.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that they've released games on the PC that don't come to Xbox.
That's true. Yeah, they do that with the Gears of War pop game. Like that?
I think Microsoft want to dominate the PC. I don't think they care about Xbox anymore. I think they'd love the PC to be Xbox. Like the PC, they want the whole of the PC market. I think the console market is too small for their big brain.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if you really look into the demographics and how everything is being construed by them in terms of, you know, business moves and acquiring these studios, most of these studios actually have good rated titles on their PC platform, not on the console. Obsidian, they did well with Fallout 4, but their main platform sellers were actually on PC, not on the console.
There's too many rumors of Microsoft and not enough substance anyway. Do you notice everything's a rumor, but nothing really materializes, and when it does, you're made to wait. I mean, I'm not surprised. The next rumor is going to be Microsoft acquires Hyundai or Toyota.
Oh, no. I got a better one. The acquisitions of Apple, Disney, let's see, EA Games, EA Games. What else they were gonna buy? Oh, Sega. What else they were gonna buy? Like, bro,
EA,
Bro.
Activision,
Activision.
Sony Worldwide Studios.
Bro, like, if you really look at,
Naughty Dog.
Wait, what's Disney?
What is buy Valve and Steam one time?
Oh yeah, bro. Like, but the thing is, do these guys understand how much money does Disney have? Disney is is like 3 times the worth.
Microsoft. I heard a rumor that Microsoft are buying Shigeru Miyamoto.
I knew he had a price.
They really want Mario.
God damn, bro! Like, these guys.
You remember Phil Spencer said publicly that he'd love to see Nintendo characters on the Xbox. Remember he said that?
Yo, Stardust. If you get Brazers on Microsoft, man. Oh my God!
Microsoft big news, breaking news. Microsoft just acquired Pornhub. Play that, everybody. Everyone, we got Vaseline-free controllers for everyone.
We already know Apple is the first $1 trillion company out of the two. So there ain't no way in hell that Microsoft is going to be able to purchase. You see, this is why these fake stock market wannabe analysis that be on YouTube and on podcasts, they need to take their heads out from the crevices of their butt cheeks and look into the bigger reality.
Stank down there.
Microsoft may have money. Microsoft may have all the investments into everything. Microsoft is not going to be that stupid to spend money on things that are not relevant to their vision. And none of those companies that these are being mentioned by these certain individuals are in any of Microsoft's vision. That's where the problem is at. So all this, purchasing that, bro, Microsoft only knows what they want to do with their money and how they're going to invest.
Microsoft are worried. Microsoft are worried because there are tech companies out there that are giants now compared to Microsoft. They hover over Microsoft in terms of the money they're making. Trust me.
Yeah.
Microsoft have had the monopoly for decades. Remember that. From the 80s, Microsoft have been the de facto company to just always be caning in and capitalizing and monopolizing everything. But there's so many other companies out there now that have overtaken Microsoft in terms of prominence, that Microsoft are now just another fish in a very big pond.
Yeah.
End of the day, that's how it is, man. And look at IBM. IBM was one of the greatest technological companies of its time. And look what happened to it.
Well, that's because Microsoft came up with the DOS program so that their computers could talk to each other.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You know, Bill Gates didn't even invent
they bought it. I mean, he bought
it for $100 off of a really smart guy, and he took all the credit and became a billionaire.
Yeah, it is capping, but no, I mean they can buy whatever they want. I mean, it's just like I've said before. Next generation is going to be about the first party studio. So if you think Obsidian and Playground, if you want to rock with them, get the Xbox.
Imagine that Microsoft was built off of $100. Bill Gates, a very young Bill Gates, bought this program that he didn't even know much about. He just must have had an inkling that maybe this could take off in the future because he sat on it for years before they did anything with it. But he took the original source code for what has now materialized into Windows, hired a bunch of people, and became a billionaire, multi times billionaire from $100. I mean, that takes a level of incredible. It's not even genius. It's just the greatest scam ever pulled.
The gift of gab, bro. That's called the gift of gab. You have to have.
And that guy that sold it is probably broke somewhere.
Let's move on to this next one right here. PS5 needs much more powerful graphics, but sound will be the secret weapon, according to Activision, or from a developer from Activision. Now, he believes, and I quote, he said that audio is half your visuals, and I couldn't agree more. Before noting that zombies, or basically he's just talking about, well, okay. Basically, to summarize what this fucker's saying, he's saying is that they should focus on sound. He does believe that the PS5 and the next Xbox will have good graphics, but he believes better sound design is the key to immersing you into the experience. There you go. Whoever fucking wrote this was an idiot.
But no one's complaining about sound, though, are they? What people are complaining about is sub 30 frames per second.
Yeah, 60 frames per second.
Not many 60 FPS games. Like the graphics aren't really truly 1080p, let alone 4K. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, in regards to sound, whatever happened to Dolby Atmos? Like this was the new new wave. I thought Dolby Atmos was gonna be such a
look, if somebody's working in a movie house,
that's for audiophiles, though, isn't it? That's such a small demographic compared to the casual market.
No, but you know, you had certain people talking and raving about Dolby Atmos like it was the second coming of Jesus Christ.
But no, 7.1 is just as good as Atmos. Atmos is really at home in a movie house. That's where Atmos systems are at home. But the 7.1 damn near Skywalker sound, that's damn good too. I mean, that was the standard. And that's where most movie houses have Skywalker sound. They don't have Dolby Atmos, but there's nothing wrong with Dolby Atmos. I thought, yeah, that's a great point. People talk about Dolby Atmos, and then they put on a headset. It's like that defeats the purpose of the Atmos. You know, Atmos is short for atmosphere. It's a surround. It's at home in a surround sound, not at home on your head.
Yeah, but don't forget, Microsoft tried to do this whole ambience thing as well. You know, where the room changes color. Basically,
really?
Do you remember the ambience thing technology they had, where the game you're playing, if you're in a forest, your whole room turns green? Because do you remember that? They were working on it, like, and that never turned to be nothing. They was working on it years, like 5 years ago. I read that. I saw that 5 years ago, right? And that never took off. That didn't take off.
Oh,
you know? People don't care. No, only audiophiles care about the absolute best quality and sound. Most people just want the game to run without being, jagged as shit. We want a game to perform well. I've never had a problem with sound too much. Some games have dodgy sound, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What stands out for me is the game is running like shit. Not that the echo sounds wrong. Hold on a minute.
Okay. And the last topic I got before we get into the actual panel questions, this is coming from the CEO of Wonderstruck, and this is basically the title of the podcast, where he said that he expects an evolution of architecture, not a revolution. So, going in here, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, we're expecting an evolution of architecture rather than a revolution, said Austin. Expect double the amount, the amount of cores and threads, double the amount of memory and modern GPU. The improvement we really hope for is significantly faster storage devices, because he claims that, games are slow, according to that. Like the catch, something like that, is slow for dynamic data or something like that for the games. And it bottlenecks the system.
Listen, as far as a gaming revolution, that gaming revolution started back in 1983. As far as evolutionary steps that have been preceded by all predecessors, each gen of each console has a feature that's different and slightly better than the last one. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't, go as far as saying, "Oh, it's not going to happen." I would agree with what he's saying in terms of making the architecture a little bit more better than the last one.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. He's speculating.
He's speculating, but I wouldn't go as far as saying, "Oh yeah, it's going to be revolutionary." No.
Where is this developer from? Is it in another indie developer talking to what's that website? Gaming Bolt. Is it another Gaming Bolt article with a unheard of indie developer talking about next gen again?
I think it's from the Boundless dev. It's from, hold on, I had it on my screen. I gotta reopen it.
And I use Gaming Bolt articles. So that's how I know what I'm talking about.
It is from Gaming Bolt.
So that's not me putting Gaming Bolt down. I don't want people to think, oh, you use articles. Why are you putting them down? I'm talking about a lot of the developers. They're not actually working on next gen stuff. They're working on like indie stuff, like for this gen. So like they don't even have dev kits. So how does he know what he's talking about? He's speculating.
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, the jump in power has been about 10 times over courses of generations, like PS1 to PS2 to PS2 to PS3.
Mm-hmm.
It's slowing down. So this one's going to be like, I'd say 6 to 8 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it something that's going to be groundbreaking. Like, come on. The cost to actually manufacture the parts for these consoles, they're going to get only a little bit more expensive with each gen, and that's been proven time after time. So, bros, as much as you try to speculate and as much as you try to put in the perspective of it's gonna be crazy, no, it's not. We're asking for performance for next gen. That's where the main focus for these consoles is: performance, not features. Performance. I want a console that's going to give me 4K 60 without needing the actual technique of checkerboarding or sparse rendering or none of this other bullshit. Just give me a console that gives me native 4K 60 natively without no compromises out the box, and it's cost effective. That's all we're waiting for as gamers. We're not just saying, "Oh, we want this." No, we want a fucking console that performs to what our budget is at the end of the day.
And look at the Xbox One X, right? Apparently, it's 40% more powerful than the Xbox One S. So roughly around that, more powerful than the standard PS4. Yeah, roughly, give or take whatever, right? But here's the thing: you don't see it though in Xbox One X titles.
Yeah,
you don't see a huge leap. You don't see where the extra 2 T-flops are going. 2 T-flops. You think an extra 2 T-flops would give you so much more, because the Switch is only just barely. Well, actually, the Switch is under a T-flop in power, right?
Yeah,
under. It's like 800 megahertz, 900 megahertz, whatever. Or gigahertz rather, whatever. But it's not quite a T-flop. The chip is capable of being a T-flop, but Nintendo have underclocked it, so it's not quite a T-flop. But but look what that does anyway with the what it's got to work with. So why don't we see that with an extra 2 T-flops in the Xbox One X? Why don't we see it?
Because it's always underrated, man. These people make these consoles to perform up to par, not to perform to exceed expectations.
No. The answer is this. Here's the answer. It was a rhetorical question, by the way. I already knew the answer. It's rhetorical. I should have said. The answer is this: T-flops only make up a small portion of the overall power of capabilities of any system. The T-flops, just saying it's 6 T-flops, 8 T-flops, 10, that means nothing. It's just a selling point. It's just like putting 4K on the box. Do you understand? It's just a marketing thing. There's a lot of other things. There's a lot of other things going on besides how much T-flops a console has, which is why PS4 Pro still keeps up with the Xbox One X.
Yeah. Well, and the X is doing exactly what it was supposed to do. It does dynamic 4K. Does it have some first-party content that hits 4K native? Yeah. Does it have some indies that do it? Yeah, it's 4K native. Yeah, but overall, it does dynamic 4K. That's all.
Okay, touching on that.
Apart from sorry to cut you. Apart from clarity on your screen, what is it doing in terms of assets and character models? They all look the same as the PS4 Pro versions.
Yeah, but if you look at the sky, you can get 4K native on that.
The game looks the same. What I'm trying to say, the PS4 Pro version, multi-platform. I talk about multi-plats, right? Obviously, the PS4 Pro version looks identical to the Xbox One X version, apart from clarity. But everything else looks exactly the same. So that extra 2 T-flops is just being wasted to get the clarity higher, really. But it's the same graphics, though. All the assets are the same. All the character. There's no more triangles in the Xbox One X version than there is in the PS4 Pro version. They're not going all out and using that system to its full potential. That's why it was a waste of resources making a 6 T-flop machine. That's why I say that Microsoft should have made the Xbox One S the same power as the Pro and made it cheaper than the Xbox One X and let them battle it out until the real generation comes out. Going to 6 T-flops makes it hard for Microsoft now because Sony are going to come out with something that's like 6 to 8 times the power. We're talking anything between 10, and if it's 8 times the power, between 10 and 14 T-flops if it's 8 times the power, right? So Microsoft are already at 6, so Microsoft are going to have to come even higher because they've gone in higher already.
And and then this is to answer somebody's little performance debacle here. Zoid, the Xbox is the better performing console. It does have a 4K blue player, but by you stating this doesn't really make it any more better than the competitor because the PlayStation 4 Pro is 4K. It doesn't have a 4K blue player, but it does render the games at 4K. So what is it with you guys not acknowledging the fact that you've been led astray and laid in the pasture?
And what game are you playing on your Blu-ray movie anyway? I mean, how are you controlling that?
I don't understand. Like, most rigs don't even have a 4K Blu-ray player. They have a fucking GPU that renders everything at 4K.
Dude, Carlos, it's a pointless argument you're having with this person because you don't buy a games console to watch movies all fucking day. You buy it primarily
to play games.
Everything else is an extra. We don't care about the extras. If it doesn't have a Blu-ray player, it's not going to stop our enjoyment of gaming. Switch can't even message each other. You can't even really have a video or voice chat with anyone, right? As a message. But it doesn't stop me enjoying the damn console.
Well, I thought I was under the assumption that you bought the Xbox for Black Panther, but okay.
Or no, not even yet. Better yet. Wait. Better. You get a free bundle when you purchase an Xbox One X Taco Bell edition. You get tacos, Supreme tacos, Doritos Locos.
It's all about Wakanda forever.
And multi-assorted color Mountain Dew drinks.
You know what?
Time only.
You know what? Xbox. Let me describe Microsoft and Xbox in a T. And I think people understand this. I hope people don't see this as me shitting on them. I'm not. But this is how I see them. This is my perception. Microsoft is like, the Xbox is like an actor with a bad agent, with a terrible agent, like getting him the worst jobs. Because no, seriously, like getting the actor, he or she, the worst gigs ever, like dressing up as a tomato for a commercial rather than getting them into Hollywood movies, right? Because this actor is capable of so much in their repertoire, but the agent is not giving them the right amount of spotlight. It's like Microsoft is that agent, not taking the Xbox One X where it needs to be. Just tying them up in 4K is not moving the narrative.
It really isn't. It hasn't even pushed. Yo, just alone with the sales alone, it hasn't even really done anything for Microsoft. All it has done is just put them in the perspective that they need to move out from the console space into a stream-based space and to actually incorporate themselves in the PC platform. Like the Xbox brand itself has made Microsoft look like a shill compared to everybody else.
It's like Microsoft just cared about being more powerful. They didn't care what you did with that power. As long as we're out there with the most powerful hardware and we don't, the bragging rights are with us in terms of just sheer power. I think that's all Microsoft really cared about.
Yeah.
They didn't care about what to do with that power. They just said, oh, we got a box out that's more. Now you can stop complaining about 720p and 1080p and 900p because our box is the best box for power. But that's about it. All this got, right? It's like, listen, let me tell you something. A stagecoach has a more powerful engine than a Ferrari, but no one wants to drive a coach.
Yeah.
People want to drive the Ferrari. Do you understand? Because the engine is bigger in a coach because it has to carry more weight. So technically, it's more powerful than a Ferrari. But you don't want to drive a coach, do you? You want to drive the Ferrari. So that's the analogy that you have with the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. Like, it's like Xbox One X is like the coach, has all the power, big engine, but you want to be in the Ferrari that looks pretty, and all the games look prettier. And I'm sorry to say, whether it's 60 flops versus 1.80 flops, the games aren't even the standard vanilla PS4. I'm afraid to say, and this is not me being a fanboy. This is just how I see things with the eyes that I was blessed to be born with. Okay, the games look better on a standard PS4 to me than the games on the Xbox One X. I'm sorry. Spider-Man, look at Spider-Man, God of War, and Horizon Zero Dawn and Detroit Become Human on a regular standard PS4 running at 1080p. Still looks better in graphics. I'm not talking about screen resolution. I'm talking about graphics. The graphics look better than anything I've seen on the Xbox One X. I'm sorry.
Bro, I was playing on my 40-inch Vizio TV that I have in my room. And it just blew the hell out of my mind how good the Spider-Man game played on an LED TV, not an LCD, LED TV. And it's like, why am I even going to try to buy the Pro? Like, I'm contemplating on buying me the Pro, but I don't see the need. As long as these devs work the way they need to work on the PS4, I don't think I'm going to buy a Pro probably like late until next year. It's just
you.
Because it's just like it doesn't make no sense, right? To talk about resolution and clarity when you play a game on a PC and you compare it to a console. There's where you see the difference, and I can tell you that from experience because I was playing Need for Speed Payback on my rig. And I was just blown away with how all the particle effects were actually implemented into the game. And then when you put it right next to the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro, it's like a night and day difference. That's where you can tell the night and the day difference. But
but I don't like this PC comparison that people make, I tell you why. For you had a great experience because of the power of your rig, but I guarantee I'm not going to have the same experience on my laptop, okay? And that's a PC. So at the end of the day, when people say the PC version, they're talking about a top-tier graphics card and CPU. Most people don't have that.
Bro, I don't even have a top-tier GPU. All I have is an old-ass i7 4770 with a RX 580, and that's not even top tier.
But that's still more powerful than most people have in their PC, because when you look at the demographic of PC, most PCs out in the world are not set up for gaming. That's a small market in the PC world. More people use their PC for word processing and surfing the internet than playing games. I guarantee you. Checking email. More people use the PC for checking email than actually gaming. So when we talk about PC blows away console, you're talking about a PC that is being rigged to blow away a console, not PC as a whole. Because they like to pay it like it's all one big family. All PCs have this power. That's not true.
No. All PCs perform to par to your budget.
Right. So when people make the comparison, they can only compare to their PC, but they like to say PCs are better. No, not all PCs are better. Your PC might be better, but not PCs are better.
In my experiences, like I stated, I feel that I got the better visual aspect of the game in terms of clarity. And I'm playing on a 1440p monitor, by the way. I'm not playing on a 4K monitor. I have a 1440p monitor. I'm playing at ultra settings with some settings here and there, adjusted to my liking and to my performance.
Right. That's my argument. Most people on the PC, if you count all the people in the world of a PC, most of them are even sub 720p on their PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's and I really was, and I liked what Sony did with their Pro. I mean, because when I hear Digital Foundry say, well, it's mostly targeting 1440p, I'm like, well, it's a mid-gen console, and 1440 is kind of in the middle.
Right.
There's some games that will do 4K native. There's some that do the checkerboardy to 4K, but the console itself was never designed to do 4K native. I do believe, according to Lou Wafa, that's what the PS5 is going to be going for, at least to see more in that range of 4K.
Sony was,
and that goes to my other. I'm sorry to cut you off, Sean. And that goes into my other thought. Like this gen should have been the 1440p gen. It shouldn't be the 4K gen.
It is on the Pro. Let me tell you something. Right? On the Pro it is, but here's the thing. Let me say this real quick. So I think Sony was smart, right? Releasing the Pro at just 4 T-flops and affordable. I tell you why. They got so much room to move up now from 4.2 T-flops. They got so much room to move up for PS5. But Microsoft with the Xbox One X at 6 T-flops. I mean, how far can they go up from 6 T-flops to make it a real next-gen machine? And how much can they charge you? And how much can they charge you? That's the conundrum that Microsoft are faced with. Because they went in so high. They went in with such a big chest with the Xbox One X, right? But how much bigger can that chest get with the next gen? Because it's going to cost your consumers.
Yep, that's true. Tyler Gaming asked for the chat. Do y'all believe that the PS5 tagline will be "Greatness has arrived"?
Are they hiring for that?
No, because that's the
new marketing. They hired a new marketing campaign manager.
I like what they got now.
I don't think they'll use greatness as arrived, because that implies that PS4 wasn't greatness, and it was.
Yeah, and just say it's the best place to play. That's it. That's realistically that covers everything.
PS4 is the greatest console of Generation 8. I don't care if you own an Xbox One X, a Nintendo Switch, or a Pro. The PS4, just a regular PS4, the way Sony managed that console and the stuff that's come out on it, is the best console of this entire generation. Just in terms of, I'm not talking about people's tastes. I'm talking about the way it was executed.
Right.
The way they executed the launch and everything. Even through the bad publicity, Sony still came out on top. Like, a lot of companies would have took more flack over that crossplay thing. Like, a lot, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sony, because they've delivered so much goodwill in terms of the games that you want to play, I feel like a lot of the fan base has overlooked some of their shortcomings. But Microsoft haven't gotten away with such shortcomings because they haven't exactly delivered in a long time in terms of, like, exclusive content. Like, Gears 4, people say that looks amazing, but it's still the same old tired concept, right? Just with a lovely lick of paint, right? Forza's Horizon is great, but what difference is it from the first Forza on the Xbox 360? Same concept again. Like, the paradigm hasn't really moved with these games. Like, they need to be more innovative and inventive with their IP. Like, I don't want the next Halo, to be anything like the other Halos. It's got to move it on now. Like, let's get more creative. Like they did with God of War. Like, look how creative they got. We could have had another similar God of War that we've had all along, like the same camera angle, the same, you know what I'm saying? And more, another Devil May Cry type slash them up. But they turned it into some emotional roller coaster with brutality mixed in.
Right. Okay. Let's see. We're kind of at the end of the show here, but I'll ask one of these panel questions. What do you guys think is going to be shown at the XO18?
Oh man, I don't know, man. There's so many bad apples and oranges in Microsoft side, man. They need
They show the
they
cloud.
Yep,
Yeah,
they gotta come up with a nice fruit salad in order to get people sweetened up to them again, because
Well,
it's
I think we're gonna
really
release date. Get a release date for Crackdown. We're gonna get possibly Splinter Cell.
Okay.
We're gonna get they're gonna confirm what studios they have acquired, and you may see one or two games. Even those CGI trailers of
Right.
of the two of the studios they bought may have some CGI trailers there, and you may get gameplay of Gears.
you see, now I'm looking forward to that, because I've been
But we already had
that Gears.
gameplay. We already had gameplay of Gears though.
Yeah, we had a gameplay demo.
That was CGI. There
No,
was no.
no. I've got footage of Gears, the new Gears being played. Like,
Oh, okay. Well, they may show that then. Yeah, but all I've seen is the CGI where the girl was on the sled and then they were in the
that wasn't
city.
CGI. That wasn't CGI. That was an in-game cutscene, bro.
Well, that's what I mean. In game. That's what I mean. In-game footage. Hopefully,
If that was CGI, I'm disappointed because CGI looks.
Well, no, you're right. In-game. Yeah, if it was in-game footage, but hopefully we actually see them moving around and somebody actually playing
No,
the
they
game.
did. They showed it. They showed that when they showed Gears at E3,
right?
Gears 5. They showed like the cutscenes you're talking about, and they showed them walking through a level and shooting up the place. Didn't you see that? And there was at the end, the demo ended with this giant like boss type character. This boss type character with like it was like the Grim Reaper with this like cleaver thing ready to cut you.
I did not see that. The only thing I saw them playing physically on that console it wasn't on the console. Everything was on dev kits, but they did.
Yeah, but you know, it's gonna look like that, man. I don't think it's gonna.
Well, I'm sure it will. That's fine.
I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it. That's all I know. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the story.
But it needs to open up, though. It needs to open up. Like, be like Uncharted. Like, have open levels. I'm tired of these corridors.
That's what I think they're going to do. But maybe the Division, they may show more gameplay of the Division Part 2. So, which is fine. I mean, I'm not nobody. I mean, like I tell people, the console war is over. I mean, that got decimated. So I'm just, if they show something great, I'll be looking forward to it on the PC. And that it is what it is. Because I am not buying another Xbox. Somebody wants to buy one for me, I'll take it. But I am physically never going to buy another Xbox. The Xbox I got is fine. It just sits there, cute, and it plays movies.
All right. We do have two more panel questions, but I'll just ask one more. Y'all think 2019 is the year for these next gen consoles? Y'all really think that's the best year?
No, maybe not.
Not to reveal, yeah, but
to release, basically.
No,
they don't think so.
I'm still going with like fiscal 2019, which ends on March 31st, 2020. It could come 2019 holiday, but that's my window. I'm sticking with that. I've been saying that for well over a year. So I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, people were saying 2019 for PS5 and 2020 Xbox.
No, I said fiscal.
People were saying that they were saying that Sony was going to go for the lead 2019 and Microsoft would wait to 2020. But I already explained in my last video on the channel, the drawbacks of that, basically.
Listen, if Sony releases in 2019, then The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding and Days Gone are all going to feature heavily for the PS5, along with exclusives just for PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way to see.
That's hard to see at this point.
They might have two exclusives.
Yeah,
and a bunch of enhanced PS4 Pro games running at 60 native 4K, right? And I think PS5 gamers will be happy with that. Plus, third party will release games that look amazing. It's going to be like the third party is always going to make games for the older systems as well, because there's a big install base for them. They're not prepared to start at zero quite yet. They want the new generation to build an install before they stop supporting the older generation. That's how third parties work, right? Because they've got all these engines as well that they want to rinse, right, for your money. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can see that happening, but I can see 2 exclusives, and I can see like 4 PS4 Pro games that are releasing on the PS4, but looking incredible on the PS5 in every way, shape, and form. More than resolution. I'm talking about extra graphics, everything, right? Extra detail, extra lighting effects, just not just resolution, but more, right? 6 games from Sony, right? And third party. I think that you can launch a PS5 with that. I think they'll be happy. That sounds about right to me for launch window.
Yeah, that's a good window. Is it a 6-month window or like a 1-year window? That's good for a 1-year window.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah,
Windows. The window closes. Launch window closes after 180 days.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be the show. You'll have you have all your other games coming out for it too. So have to wait and see. Madden to be out. So
and I already answered this question in a video, but I'll let you three discuss this if you guys want to. Do gamers hate Xbox? That was literally the last panel question I got.
I'll go first on this.
Is that based off of the Randall 4 video?
Nope, it's a question from the panel or from the people in the chat.
I'll take the
video.
Yeah, I did my video of his though. Yeah, I saw it and did mine.
I saw yours as well.
I'll take a swing at it. I'll take a swing at it just to put myself a little bit in the mix with this. A little bit more. But I do not hate Microsoft as a company. I do not hate Xbox. I dislike the fan base, the toxic portion fan base of Xbox that has been pushing the I'm better narrative onto other people. That is the side of Xbox that I do not like. Me as a gamer, I embellish everything that gaming is about. I do not embellish in spreading hate. I do not embellish in spreading misinformation, and I definitely do not wish misfortune on a person for the brand that they purchase. And if you can look at those 3 things right there and then, you solidify what the Xbox community or the toxic side, hear me out, toxic side, I'm not saying either or, just the toxic side of all gaming communities, because there are some PlayStation people that are very toxic as well. Halo Storm, and you're part of that toxic group as well, brother. So don't try to play the angel in the chat right now. It's just that. It's like people such as myself, I don't want to say I hate because it's not a word to emulate to a broader audience. Rather, I dislike the analogies and the thoughts that these certain individuals try to portray on an open platform. And that's my take on it.
Yeah, I shout out to Randall Thor. He did come on to Craig's Corner and hung out a couple days ago. So big shout out to him. And
that was a good podcast you both did.
Yeah, the answer to that is no. I mean, that is a big fat no. What people do hate, which they don't even have to hate their fan base anymore, because I overthrew them. I'm the Messiah. So do not go to them. Do not go to them for anything. You come to me. I mean, the people that come to me for Xbox information, I give them accurate information. You're not going to get megaton news and stuff. I tell people why they're saying that. I mean, the best video I made an example of was the one where somebody was crying about the Square Enix Spider-Man, an Avengers game. And they were like, no, you all got to understand, maybe they can put Spider-Man in this game, so forth and so on. And the reason those videos are being made is because so many people are complaining in the Xbox community about not being able to play Spider-Man. They truly did not understand that Sony owned the IP. And it's a complicated deal, but they just didn't understand. And so they were bitching about it. But the people that inboxed me, that's why I did like 3 videos on it, because people really just didn't know. So what are they doing? They're making ignorant comments, but people don't hate the Xbox. I mean, to me, 4K, this is simple. 4K is a small section of televisions. So the people who are gaming in 4K that have TVs, that's a minimum section. The Xbox One S is the top selling Xbox, period. So when I hear Digital Foundry or Candy, whatever it is, Candyland, whatever that gaming thing is, when they are literally saying these games on the Xbox One S are flat trash. I mean, they ripped Black Ops 4 on the Xbox One S. They said this is not a good experience. So, and those are a majority of the Xbox gamers. It's not Xbox One X. I mean, if we have an X, I have an X, so that puts me in a top. I think it's only like 30% have the X. So that we're the minority, and we got to be treated like that. I mean, that's all there is to it. They just have a lot of stupid fans. But let me say this one more thing. I'm wrapping up. They believe that playing online and multiplayer games is more important than first-party games. That's a big difference, and the PlayStation community doesn't think like that. They think first-party IP is more important. So they're always going to clash. But at the end of the day, we had a generation. Both consoles came out within 10 days of each other, and Sony's PlayStation is clearly what people wanted. And people just got to move on. There's nothing wrong with the X, though. Nothing, or the S. People should just...
Alrighty. Anybody else have anything else they want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, lions don't care about the opinions of sheep. But I will say this, right? I don't think I've got any empathy, or nor do I care about people who are so invested in inanimate objects. I mean, if you hate a console, an inanimate object that has no feelings, I mean, what's the point in hating something that doesn't have feelings? It doesn't work. Hate only works on something that has feelings. The Xbox doesn't recognize your hate.
Pretty much, Foxy. Okay. I don't hate a plastic
later,
box.
Ian.
See you later, Ian. Like how am I gonna build hate towards an inanimate object that doesn't have no feelings towards me? How am I gonna do that?
It's pointless. Pointless. At that point, you might as well get married to it and have a real love and hate relationship.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god, man. But it's just like how we've been saying it, man. We do not hate a plastic box. We just don't like the people, right? We don't like the people that actually like to push the narrative that they're better than everybody else because they're playing on that platform.
Dysfunctional fucking relationship like that, though. Somebody actually just dating their Xbox.
Oh my god, that would be so horrendous, bro.
You know what? But if you take your Xbox out for a meal, do you have to order it chips?
Or even better, if like you go on a nightcap,
Xbox.
You know, if you make love to your Xbox when the baby's born, does it come from the motherboard?
Can you even bust a nut with the Xbox? That's all I gotta say. Like,
yeah, but listen,
dudes, man.
But what about this? If you really love your Xbox, would you allow it to be free, or would you be a controller?
I mean, you're gonna be shared around by a lot of people, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Lord.
That's what I'm saying, boy. And you gotta be careful. You know, when you sleep with your Xbox at night, be careful what you slide into it, because you know not every disc works. So make sure you wear a Jimmy.
Yo.
Oh god. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Damn, constant jokes aside. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the show.
Man. Shout out to all 105 of you, man.
Yeah, that's still here. Shout out to y'all. To the 120, something like that. Shout out to you guys as well. Thank you guys for stopping by and enjoying the show. Let me go ahead and let these people get their outros out here, and we're going to close it. Go ahead, Carlos.
Yo, man, once again, as always. And hi, Halo Storm. I know you're in the threads, but guess what, buddy? This gen is over. Goodbye. But anyways, man, game by choice, not by trend. Episode 31 in the books. And hey, everybody, we're all gamers by choice, not by trend. And just enjoy gaming in general, man. Doesn't matter what you play on. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly. Amen. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Another great episode. Fox, always a pleasure. Ryan, thanks for having me. Carlos, it's a great time. Yeah, play that new game plus on Spider-Man, and that DLC comes out Tuesday, I think. And if not, if you want to take another break and look at Daredevil on Netflix, its first 4 episodes have been stellar. so far.
Okay, good. That's good. I definitely gotta get caught up anyway. I've been out of touch. Come back up.
Come on, Halo Storm. I'm just playing with you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's all a facade, bro. We're all gamers. We love each other.
No, is your oh yeah, I bet you're probably upset about the Orange is New Black show, aren't you, Craig? Because they on their final season now. They close it.
I only watched that for 1 season or 2 seasons, and that's
really?
It got old quick. It was like it got real popular real fast, and then it's kind of burnt out. But shout out to them. It's I like that girl. I can't think of her name. I'm glad she's got a hit show. She used to have a show on. The girl who plays the lead actress. She used to have a show on NBC where she was a nurse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was a good show. It was a cool show, and it got canceled. So I'm glad she's got this one on Netflix. So,
okay.
Oh, real quick, hold on, let me say this. All the Marvel TV shows are going to stay on Netflix. The ones that they have are not going to go to the Disney stream. So that's it. Sorry, go ahead.
Foxy, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some good times on Xbox. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this has been the worst generation for Microsoft. I really enjoyed the other two, but I'm just hoping next gen, whatever the Xbox turns out to be, that it really gives Sony a fight, because there's nothing better than seeing two giants battle out, and we, the consumer, benefit from all of that competition because things get cheaper, you get more, they want to impress you more because there's more of a fight for your money. So you always end up, as a consumer, when there's heavy competition, you always end up winning. So let's hope Microsoft can bring it to Sony next gen. And, I'm confident that Microsoft are stacking some things up to take it to the current man of the moment. But yeah, it's great with the guys again on the panel. I love giving my opinion, and to the chat who, very respectful for the most part. And big shout out to all my subscribers. If any of you are in here, I think quite a few of you are. And I will upload this video on my channel. It'll go up tomorrow though. I'll download it tonight, but I'll put it up tomorrow because there will be some people that don't come to your channel for whatever reason.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing to do with you. I mean, I've got 18,000 plus subscribers. They all can't fit in here. Do you know what I mean? I'm only joking, unless they can, but you know what I mean. But some people just don't go to other people's channels just because I'm on there. Do you know what I'm saying? They just wait till I'm on my own channel. So I'll upload it for that reason. Yeah, and obviously it's nice that people can get to know your channel as well. Maybe get some subscribers out of it. That doesn't hurt either.
All right. You got your tagline there, Foxy.
Play games, not corporations.
There you go. I'm gonna say, damn, this is like this ain't Foxy or anything. Enough guys tagline.
You know what it is? I just don't want to steal. At the end of the day, I think you should have a tagline for your show because it's really your shit, and you don't want someone like me just raining up in here on your parade. So,
bro, you're practically family, so you ain't got to worry about that, man.
Yeah, but I'm already a dominant individual, not with you lot. I'm just saying in general. I'm quite dominant, a dominant thinker. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes it serves me well. I'm still alive, so it must be serving me more well than unwell. But you know what I'm saying? I still live.
You throw a tagline. I'm just gonna throw this out here. Gamers keep it professional. There you go. There.
No, just say gamers by choice, not by whatever.
There we go. There's your day right there. Thank you guys again for showing up. Episode 31. Hope you guys enjoyed the show again. It was a great time as always. It's always a pleasure to be live with you guys. Best day of the week by far is always Fridays. It's always a good time. So thank you guys so very, very much for joining us. I'll see you guys next week. And of course, later on for more gaming news on the channel. Definitely check out Flashy Games UK, Craig Harris, and everybody else. Carlos here. Check out their content and give them a sub. Definitely give them a listen. They definitely put out some good content. I actually got to go ahead and get on out of here as we close the stream because, I got to get to the movie theater because Halloween. Got to go see it. We're definitely going to be out of here. Deuces.
Yep.